Welcome everyone to the Card Deck Podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You can see we got some new guests tonight. Hello, I'm your host tonight, Ace. Just call me Ace. You know my name. Just call me Ace. And of course, we're gonna leave the best for last. I discussed this. Yes. So Dyce, let me say first, we got Dyce Reacts in the house. Guy, Dyce, how you feeling?
Feeling good. I got my wine back tonight, so it's all right.
Did you just rhyme, Dyce? Did you just rhyme? I think so. It's a little bit, yeah. All right, we got Mr. D Shadow. How you doing?
I'm cool in here. The Shadow can't be chased. Long in the wind.
All right, my brother.
All right. We got the wonderful and beautiful Casey. Everybody, give it up for Casey. Give it up.
Here.
Nice.
It's been a long week. Yeah.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, we got I would say a very hot topic for you tonight. By the way, Dice, is the one who really, put this on everybody. When I mean put this on, let's know, hey, this is the topic. So basically, it was we're gonna leave the link down in the description for you to watch it. And I'm guessing that a lot of people saw this already. I think this is something that went viral because it wasn't on just his channel, but it went viral. So it's let me just break it down. It's about a guy who really feeling the heat. I should say, really feeling stuff in the world as someone who's just living life as, I should say, a normal human being, and something that all of us can relate to. And I must say, me personally watching this here, of course, this was my first time watching this. It's but it was my first time actually watching the entire thing. I'm gonna mention that first. But during the entire process, it was just like real feels, and I must say, really feeling it. So, Dice, you mind if I pass it on to you to just let us know what you think about this? Any part would do.
Yes, I mean, when I saw the video, I just saw it like a recommendation, and I was really taken aback by what he was saying, because at some point, especially like I would say like in Form 3, when I was in secondary school, at some point I felt exactly how he felt. But the only difference was no one called me like ugly to like what he was going through. So he felt like he had no friends. He was always helpful, sharing and stuff. And the females always laughed at him. I know he said that there was a time at school a girl just came up to him and said, he's ugly. For no reason. And that broke him down, and he started to hate life and just the norms of society currently, and he doesn't even want to live anymore. Like he said, like, what's the point? Like, what you go to school, you graduate, get a job, you get married, you buy a house, and you get divorced half of the time. So it's almost like he said, like, what's the point of life? And it really hit me when he started crying in the video. Really hit me when he started crying. And I was like, damn. Sometimes, I mean, I've never been called ugly in terms of, growing up and stuff like that there. So sometimes we really don't know what other people are going through, like in terms of society's norm, what they consider the standards of beauty. So I have no idea how it feels to be on that side of the fence. But I can understand that he must be, feels worthless. And that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I must say the relationship part really, it really like opened my eyes. I must say, it really opened up my eyes. Like, wow. And the way he said everything, he wasn't like joking. He was not joking. He was not lying.
He was crying.
Like he was really tearing up, and it was just so. But anyway, let me don't steal the show. Let me pass it on to Mr. D Shadow. D Shadow, what do you got to say about this? Any part with you?
Well, guys, first to begin, I didn't view the video entirely. Because of late notification. But based on what I've seen in the video, a number of things probably can come out of that. But again, it can be based on opinion, one's opinion.
True.
But just on a little humor. Yeah, there are persons who call me ugly. Yeah, but I never took it on. I said, you know what? Give me the trophy.
I like that positivity. Hey, I like that. I like
Wow,
that.
wow.
So, but again, I realize it's just a joking thing. You know, some ladies, they just you kind of play around with them, and then you ugly.
So, if not to cut you short, but was it in your younger days or
Oh no.
adolescence?
At current time, I've never really heard that word in my younger days. It's just at current time. So I guess everybody
What?
goes through their phase, a different phase at different time.
That's
But
true.
I
That's
know I'm
true.
not. I know I'm not. They know that I'm not, but they're just saying it. But in relation to this guy, back to business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's our perception individually to say, you know what, nobody cares. It's our perception, I do believe. Honestly, nobody cares. Let's
Yeah.
just assume maybe we haven't met the right people. We haven't been probably around the right group. We haven't probably find ourselves associated with the right persons along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Maybe I can ask the question, you know what? How did this guy grow up? Did he have a loving family? Did he grow up in a
Mm.
home where he was just segregated, isolated? So I guess one can ask a lot of questions. At once
True.
I took him like, you know what? Somebody who's just ranting. That's in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion. Somebody who's
Okay.
ranting. He's not happy with life. He doesn't feel happy with what comes to him. So
Yeah.
on the other hand, maybe I could look at him as thumping my chest. Oh, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've helped a lot of persons.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Everybody's
Like
on the earth.
disingenuous.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, guys, I just believe to myself, honestly, on a more serious note, I don't really believe in the perception of nobody cares because sometimes I may have said that to myself. Hey, nobody care about me. It's like I always have to give. Somebody
Yeah.
always want from me. Somebody's always seeking my help. But you know what? When it's my turn, I don't know who to go to. I don't know who to turn to. And even though I turn to somebody, it's like they never have.
Mhm.
So sometimes I tell myself, you know what? I'm not going to help anybody anymore because nobody helps me. There's always an excuse. There is always a reason for not being able to do favors
To
back to me.
yeah, to hand out.
So right, but if you want to flip it on the other side, you don't give to get back.
True.
If that's what you love to do, you do it.
You're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be disappointed as well. If that's why you
Wow.
do it. Yeah.
The
So
shadow.
you're quite right, Darren.
Hmm.
So the motive of human being is to keep sharing, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
There comes a time in life when the hand that you give to is gonna come back and bite you. It's gonna
Yeah.
come back and
Wow.
disappoint you. It's gonna come back and look at you. Oh, you never helped me. Oh, I didn't force you to help me. So I guess a lot of things can come out of that video, although I didn't look at it wholesomely.
Yeah.
But I just personally believe, while I don't want to believe in the perception that nobody cares, yeah, somebody care, but you just haven't met that person as yet.
Mm-hmm.
You just haven't stepped into the right motion as yet. So I'll just leave it there at this point.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. We like to hear that. I must say, the shadow, that just listening to you talk here, I can actually tell mentally you went through a lot, and like you've learned a lot throughout the
Sure, I did.
your
Sure, I did.
time. And
Sure, I
honestly,
did.
as someone, I can say, can I say this, guy? I think I can say this. I'm the youngest here, and I'm always learning every day. I'm learning, especially from Dice. We always communicate, on different things in life. And I have to say, Dice has taught me a lot of stuff that even if I haven't gone through it, he just, tell me to like, watch yourself or stay away from this and that. I really, like to be around people that can really help me like get to the next step without, any problems. So I gotta say, D-Shad has a really nice take on this one here. I gotta say, the one that the part that really like hit me at first, and I think for everybody when he said that, I think you covered a little piece of that. That when when you're down, no one really cares.
Yeah.
When you're
I think
down,
that was in the first episode.
yeah, the
I
first
touched on it.
part, no one really like.
Yeah.
I felt like wow. And as someone that like not really going through that like right now, like to say, but you can relate so much, But hey, let me not, do this again. Let me pass it on to the wonderful Casey.
Casey.
Casey, give us your view on any part of the video you would like to share with us.
So, I do agree with Charlie said based on the book. It have a lot to do with the home. It's important because most children, they grow up not knowing about self-esteem, not knowing about how to deal with emotions or how to deal with people. So that affects them going and moving along in life. When he said about the no one cares, actually people do care. It's just that the people that you pour into, you tend to think like they don't care, because they don't give you that same energy that you put out there. I just think like I do understand where he's coming from because I myself have been there where I felt like I wasn't beautiful enough because I was called names, I was called cockroach, I was called different names. So I believe that it all has to do with self-esteem. No one taught me that I was beautiful when I was growing up. So it affects that all that affects you when you grow up. So when people tend to project that on you, that you're not beautiful, you're ugly, and these things, it kind of affects you. He points out a few things that affected him in that sense. But I do believe, basically, how I would put it, I want to just put it the right way because I don't want to sound harsh and I don't want to sound like,
Yeah. Just let it out, however you want to put
it. So I do understand what people go through. I do. I see it on a daily basis. I empathize with them. So I do understand where he's coming from. But I would say this. Nobody come on this planet owes you anything. Whether it be telling you nice things, whether it be helping you, all of these things. And I don't think he understands that. You don't understand that part where nobody owes you. Owes to be nice to you, owes to tell you beautiful things about yourself, but it all starts within you. It all starts within you.
Very correct.
Self-love.
Wow.
Yeah, it's deeper than we think. So it all have to start within you. And most of us, we don't know that because we haven't been taught that. Nobody taught us that. Some of us, we got it on our own. I do understand what he's saying. I do understand when you pour out into a friend and you give your all. I have been there. But one thing I have learned is detachment. Never attach yourself to people and never expect things from people. Expectations and detachments, that messes you up. And I think that's what it was for me. It was, he poured into people and he had this attachment to them. So he felt like these people need to, they need to give me at least some form of attention.
Something back. Yeah.
He felt that way. But once he asked, Right. So once we master the art of detachment, and once we master the art of not expecting anything from anybody, we'll be good.
Wow.
I
We'll
agree.
not feel the way, right? We'll not feel the way he's feeling.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how he's feeling. He's feeling that because he expected too much. He expected
Positive.
too much. So he put himself behind. You have to put yourself first, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. You have to put yourself first because your mental and your peace is way important. And I felt bad when he said that he don't want to leave anymore.
Yeah.
Because like nobody's supposed to be feeling that way. We came here to experience life. We came here to
Mhm.
experience people. You're gonna meet some people on this ring, on this life, that's gonna do you some shit. That's gonna
Mhm.
hurt you. But
Mhm.
once you can get up and detach yourself from this mentally and physically, you will be good. You will be
Yeah.
good. I
Wow.
see a lot of people, he's not the first one. I saw a little girl who was bullied at school. She took her life.
Wow.
Yeah, she took her life because she was bullied at school. And a pretty girl, and she was called ugly. So some of us are not strong enough. Like the shadow said, he didn't care. You know,
Mhm.
some of us don't have that attitude. We don't
Mhm.
have that, you know, we don't have that strength to say we don't care what people think of us or what people may see us as. However, some of us are weak. We can't handle it
Mhm. Wow.
because we love so much, we love so deep, and we expect so much. We expect this person to this, we expect our parents to love us, we expect our parents to shower us with things, we expect our friends to give us the birthday wishes. I had a friend, I wish her a birthday, I was there with her for a birthday, and she didn't even wish me happy birthday. And that's cool. That is cool. Because I have learned the art of detachment.
Mhm.
So when I saw that video, I literally wish I could have literally reached out to him and
Yes.
give him all those words of encouragement because it's we're in a place now, especially now, we're in a place where the energy is so heavy that any little thing can trigger us to end our lives, to go crazy, to go into deep
Mhm.
thoughts, to lose ourselves and lose who we are.
Sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so once you know yourself and you know who you are, then you'll be fine. All you have to do is sit with yourself, and isolation is the best thing. It's not
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
feel alone, it's okay. You feel alone, that's fine. It's good for you to sit and reflect on who you are.
Because
That's
I
yeah, that's how
to
you
add to what you're saying, not to cut you short, to add to what you're saying, isolation is almost like going on a diet.
exactly
Yeah.
Yes.
But isolation is not always good,
healthy,
huh?
right?
It
Yeah.
it it,
Yeah.
it
Mhm.
it's good to at a certain stage. Because for
One
instance,
level. Yeah.
if you're sick and the doctors can't figure out what you're going through, the first thing they're gonna let you go on is go on a diet and they'll
Exactly.
start figuring what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. Also, when you need to heal your body, when you feel like you just need to heal your body and think, people fast
Yes, fasting.
better.
Exactly. It's a form
They
of
feel better. They do
finding
what
out.
just do a fast and they feel better. Because all you need to do is to detach yourself from certain things, certain energy, certain foods, certain people.
Yes.
So
Well, I don't want to cut you, and I don't want
yeah,
to
yeah.
lose the point, but isolation, one has to know when to isolate. So in that
Right.
context, I am saying it can be good and it can be bad.
Yes,
It's
Yes.
an
it's
individual.
advantages and disadvantages.
Yes.
Does because some people they don't understand it, so they do it and then they end up losing themselves. They end up losing who they are.
Yeah.
So it's also if you have to know what you're going for when you're going to isolate yourself.
Yes.
You must know what you're
There
going
has to be a purpose. Yeah.
right. There has to be a purpose, there has to be a reason for that. You cannot just say, well, I'm staying away from people and I don't like people and I cannot take on this thing. No. You're going for your healing, you're going for you. You're doing it for you, to better you yourself, your mental, your peace, and everything that matters to you. So
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing, and I just think like he needs a little guidance as to that. I mean, it's sad that he didn't know of these things growing up, because a lot of children don't know about self esteem. A lot of
Hmm.
children know how to handle low self esteem,
Hmm.
especially when they see the other friends all pretty and stuff, and people may be praising them, and they get no attention. That can trigger one.
Yes.
That can trigger
And
one. They can feel left out. They can feel unloved and appreciated. Yeah, so
and
it's
and I'll cut it short, but and I can even say kids today have it harder than when I was growing up, because the thing is,
mm-hmm,
there's more social pressure now than ever before, because there's so many platforms and things that is out there, and
correct.
those kids are always comparing their life to something that's not even real sometimes on social media, right?
Darren, did I hear you right? Rephrase the question. Your quotation or your sentence. Did you say children of today have it harder?
Yes,
I think I
children
missed
of
it.
yes, children of today have it harder in terms of social pressure. I'm
Okay,
not talking
now
about
you're
other things,
talking.
but from the social standpoint, the pressure, we had pressures in school, but not to that degree that you have now. Now it's totally something
Yeah.
different, right? I wouldn't even want to be a young kid growing up in today's social media era, right? So, and we don't have enough information and data on how to handle a lot of those psychological issues we have with those social media platforms, because it's not there long enough for us to get enough data as to how to handle it, or how to deal with it like children, right? So it's almost like they are basically the experiments of what's going on right now there, right? So, but there is something I want to add. I want to say from the first topic we had in terms of respect, right? And I firmly believe that it's harder for men in this world, because he's the guy, it's a male. The pressures for male is more because we tend to be the ones that's supposed to lead
Yeah,
in terms of the roles in society. So it's almost like, for example, and I break down like in terms of respect, because some people might say like what I saying about respect, that you don't have to love someone to respect someone, because some people like to say, well, respect and love goes hand in hand, and that's not true, and I can prove it, right? For instance, I've said some people will hate a politician, right? And they'll say, oh, I hate this politician, I hate this politician. But at the same time, when they actually see that politician in person, they'll respect him. So that's why I told people respect has three categories, and I'm going to break it down for you tonight, right?
Right.
There is there's a category called personality, right? You could you could respect someone's because of their personality, because they're caring, they're funny, they're very honest. So you can respect that about them, right? So, which then translates into love, right? So you love their personality, which they're going to be, you will respect them for their personality to say, the shadow is an honest person, based on his personality, you may respect the shadow, right? The second category is abilities, the things that the person is good at and his skill set. And for example, you love the fact that that person is a good orator, someone who can speak publicly, right? So that's the second category. The third category is achievements, whether it's educational, whether it's financial status or social status. You can respect someone for that. So when someone says they don't love that individual, it's not just respect. It's not just one category. I could dislike, let's say for example, a politician, but yet still I respect him because of his, maybe not personality, maybe his personality suck, but it could be because of his achievements.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I respect him.
Yeah.
His social status, his financial status, his educational achievements, and I respect him in that category. So when you say respect, that's why I tell people respect and love doesn't have nothing to do with each other. You could respect somebody without loving them, because it's not entangled in one thing. Because for example, you could dislike the shadow for his his achievements, but who knows, You may respect him for his personality because he's a helpful person, caring, does charity work, and all that, right? So
Yes.
it's a broad term when people say respect. There's so many people you don't respect, and yet still when you see them you respect them because people think you have to love somebody to respect them, and that's not true.
Wow. I must
Well,
say, you guys are really awesome, honestly. I'm just sitting back and just listening and just taking everything, and I'm learning, especially from Casey. Casey, I have to tell you, that was a pretty amazing shot. Hey, you were. I can tell that you went through a lot. I can just from what you were saying, I can tell you've lived life. You've lived, and
Yeah,
it's so nice that you are sharing all this wonderful information with us.
I've learned a lot.
Sorry, go ahead. Hmm?
No, I
Oh.
was sorry. Just saying that I learned a lot in my journey. So, I mean, that's how growing was. So if you're not learning and you're not evolving, then
Something's wrong.
Ooh.
they'll,
I
they'll,
must
they'll,
say,
yeah.
Casey, I hope I don't have to be in one of these episodes and arguing with you. I forgive me if it happens. Forgive me because hey, I'm pretty new at life. Hey, I'm pretty new at life. So guys, catch me like I tell my other subscribers, catch me if I fall. But can I mention something here? I think we still have time. Guys, I think we still have time, right? Still have a little more time.
Yeah, like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So. All right, so he mentioned something that really hit me. I think the biggest one, which is if the poor people ran things rather than rich people. This part, and I'm not sure if you guys remember this,
Yeah.
but he mentioned that if poor people ran, countries and rather than rich people, it would be different. What do you think about this here? Like anyone, pitch in. What do you think about this?
Well, from that standpoint, I'm not sure if poor people run the country if it's going to be different. I don't know about that part, but I understand what he's saying.
Yeah, I felt it.
Basically, he's saying that you can only really make certain differences if you actually go through
Yes.
situations, so you could have a greater grasp and understanding as to what people go through, that you will understand it even better, or take it take it not take it that lightly in terms of when when you have those kind of like in power that of that nature.
Yeah, that's true.
but
That's true. That's true.
Understand what he's trying to say. However, what he doesn't know is that most of the people who came or is running the countries or whatever the case may be, these people were poor. They went through some shit.
Well, that's true.
They just changed because this is something that they have to do.
True.
And I have to say,
they didn't
Casey,
come to get rich.
I have to say something, Casey. Honestly, not to cut you off, but Dice, I'll just reflect on what you said there. Like I'm not too sure about that part. Like I know certain people that don't have much, and if they ran the country, like I don't think a lot of us will benefit too much.
Exactly.
They will still
Let me
behave
finish.
just like those that are there because those that are there they came so.
So, sorry to butt in, but let me
Go ahead.
probably say this. Why do you think? Why do we think that although remember I said I didn't watch the entire video, so I could
Mhm.
only relate to what I really saw. But why do we think that he would have resorted himself to such a statement? Poor people running the country, maybe it could be better.
No, but
Could be
I
better.
felt what I felt what he said because he's really feeling the pressure of the world and go ahead, Casey.
But in sorry, but but again, do you know in circumstances really when we get ourselves to some point in life, pressure on us and we think we had it all and here comes this point that as though we are just stuck at somewhere we can't move because something is blocking us, we are not getting to the other end. And
Mhm.
it's like that's the moment when we really thoughts come to mind. But are those thoughts really genuine, positive or negative, or we just say what we choose to say at the time because of the circumstances? that we are actually
I
in.
see what you're saying. I really see what you're saying. He makes a good point. He makes a good
So
point.
you saying like it could be from an emotional place it's coming from, but not really logical.
Obviously, because
I
like
totally
Stacy,
that.
Stacy Casey, like I think you said something to the effect that, okay, you know what, we were not all rich, so even the president, maybe Chasney was never a rich guy. Sorry to say that.
Oh my god.
Pierre was never a rich guy. Maybe put it that way.
Yeah.
So we were once there, but as you said, gradually we change, we acquire, we get ourselves into a position, and then instead of we try to do something to make life balance better for people,
But
then
but even to say that, I wouldn't even say it's a rich or poor issue in terms of the
right,
people that run in the country. I would say it's more of a moral issue
right,
than
Facts.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue here. Where's the level of morality in the world?
Right.
Because because what happens? There's a saying, I can't remember who said it, but to educate a man in mind and not in moral is to educate a menace to society. And we live in a society right now. Everything is about education, education, education. But what's going to happen when the educated people are immoral and they're in power? It's going to be a disaster. So they need to have a change in teaching and making it more important that they teach morals in school.
right. And so,
That's very nice.
Darren, I want to just probably say this for the last. Back to
Yeah.
your point, you said you broke down where you spoke about respect,
Yeah,
and
the
you
three
get
categories.
three pointers, three categories,
Yeah.
and I could choose to disagree with you
Okay.
because you stated morals,
Yeah.
and to me, you most likely you would respect somebody with morals because I could have this big education. You don't know how I attain that, but you would want somebody to respect me because I see myself as somebody with high education. But how did I get it?
Again, I understand where you're coming from, but
All
again,
right.
it still fits in one of those categories because if you
Yeah.
if you respect somebody for their morals, that's going to fall under personality, right? That's
Yeah.
who they are as a person.
But again, moral or morals, whichever,
Yeah.
it could only be one way. I'm subject to correction, but I honestly believe moral could only be one way. Positive, real, true. Moral cannot be fake. Morals to me cannot be a lie. I don't
Okay.
know.
I mean, like, okay, so what you trying to say, like about the categories, like
No,
what exactly
I'm just only saying while I can see your standpoint, right? And I could
yeah.
understand what you're really saying. I'm
Hmm.
only saying, well, remember when you said education and position, right?
I
Education
I
position.
it was under achievements. I said educational achievements, financial
Hmm.
status, social status will fall under achievements.
Okay, so I look at it from my perspective. I look at it, well, you know what? A man could have done all the worst things you could ever think of to acquire or to achieve those things.
But again, yeah, but again, that's you just proved my point. So that it means that with those three categories, right? People, you could respect somebody that has those achievements, and you know for a fact that they're immoral, but people will still give them a level of respect,
Yeah.
right?
But on the
So
other
so
hand, you could be this person of high moral in society, and you don't have none of those attached to your name.
So can I say something?
okay,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
Sure.
Casey.
So I do think like people respect you by the way you want, the way you carry yourself, what you
Personality.
have. So if you're this person, you have this level of respect in society where you know, you have money, you have things you have achieved.
Achievements.
Respect that.
Yeah,
They
it's
do
gonna come back to the same point.
yeah, they do respect how you carry yourself. Most important, because they have like, you know, if you're from our island, the shadow, guys, you know
Yeah.
how it is in Saint Lucia, who people respect. Y'all know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, logically,
know.
I agree with you. But logically, we can see it. Yes, yeah.
Y'all know who people respect. They respect
Yeah.
those that at the top.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't respect the man at the bottom.
But
So
At
you
all. And those
But
people
you
that they
know why?
respect, they know what they have done to get there, and yet still they
Right.
respect them.
But the
you
thing
know
is,
why I'm laughing
can I
too?
add to this here? Like,
so,
okay, so basically, you're saying that you guys saying that you know, my goodness, there's so much I have to say. Like I've lost train of
Too much
thought. I was like,
information.
I lost train. Like I had something to say to D Shadow. I had to say to everybody, but does it really apply to the country we're in right now, or does it like apply to worldwide? Because I'm looking at it as a worldwide thing.
It's a worldwide issue.
worldwide thing. It is.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
It is.
sorry, but back to you quickly, Darren.
Mhm.
I remember back at work.
Yeah.
I don't want to call any name,
Yeah.
but
No,
what I always hear you say in the politics realm,
Yeah.
Mr. G, volley. I don't speak patois. I don't patois. Mr. G.
We'll have to
Volley.
put captions on that. Uh-huh.
But no, G is just a letter in the alphabet, right?
Uh-huh.
But
Mhm.
then, to your mind, who then respects Mr. G? If 90 something percent of we here, I'm not calling no country name, but we here
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
have the perception, the belief that Mr. G is volley.
Mm-hmm.
But out of that 90 something percent, how many still respect him? I'm just only saying that just to show you a point.
Uh-huh.
And you know what I'm talking about.
D Shadow,
Uh-huh.
let me just stop you for a while. You mean like volley as in like stealing, right? That's what you mean.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
no, because we were gonna have people from all around looking at this. They want to know what that means.
Yeah. So yeah, it means stealing.
Yeah, just to make
So,
sure.
Yeah.
so basically, you're saying if someone is stealing, what percentage of people will respect them, right?
No. I'm saying many of us we say that like every talk when
Yeah.
we get this into this politics talking thing. But
Yeah.
how many still would respect, would love?
The overwhelming
Knowing the
majority.
fact. Knowing the fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
The overwhelming majority.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
The overwhelming majority. Because listen to me too, say, Mr. D Shadow. All right? Mr. D Shadow, listen to this. They could
Yes,
invite
sir.
you to a party. A friend of yours, they invite you to a party, right? You have an invitation. And then nighttime comes, you arrive there, and they're preparing the food and everything. And then some baron, some dope dealer, right? That the community knows sells dope. He has no invitation to it, but he's gonna come. Then you know what he's gonna do? They're gonna say, "Yeah, man, the big boss man." They're gonna give him food before you, who has been there an hour, and you have an invitation. Facts. I've seen that happen many times already.
Me
He
too.
was not even invited.
That's
Okay.
the way it is.
Well, I don't go places, so
Yeah. He was not even invited. Yeah.
They do. Let me
Wow.
not stray from the conversation, but it happened to me as well. Even in my family, I have family members who know those high and mighty people. These people that are in positions, lawyers, doctors, whatever they may be, whatever position they may have, they would literally put this person before me. That's their family. That's how much respect they have for these people.
Yep.
That they will forget me their own family. I remember one time there is my aunt who has this girl. This girl has potential, but she's with this top brand business, right? The woman, she's with the woman, so she's like a personal assistant to the woman.
Mhm.
And she's well known and stuff like that, you know, because she works with the lady. The lady is well known as well. And there was a show called it was Les Brown who came down to have a show. And the show was maybe about $300 or $200. I cannot quite remember exactly how much the ticket was for the show. And I really wanted to go to the show because the show was about business. And I'm an entrepreneur. So, you know, I'm interested. I want to know, you know, how to fish, how to get my stuff done. So, you know, I wanted to go to the show, but I just didn't have the money to go to the show. And this girl came and then she's like, oh, the show, Les Brown show, and I want to go and whatnot. And because she has all this respect for the girl and where the girl is coming from, she paid the ticket for the girl. And I'm here asking for the ticket for me to go. But I just don't have the money. Do you think the girl couldn't afford it? She could have. But because that she sees this girl in that, you know, she doesn't see me in that light. Like, yeah, you want to do entrepreneurship, but you don't really have the money to invest. You don't really have the people to back you up, none of that. This girl has that potential. Let me give it to her. She has the people, you know? So that's what they respect.
Exactly.
I must say again, I'm learning so much from all of you here, and I have to say thank you so much for everybody for you know, giving your views. I think we'll have to put this podcast in parts. I think, you know, yeah, that's a very good thing, you know, putting in parts for part 1, part 2. You know, of course, we're gonna discuss how to do this. But my goodness, that was a very good, I must say, topic that we touched upon. And Casey, I must say, let me say, I think you no. In fact, Casey and D Shadow are the MVPs. I can't just say one person. I have to say, hey, MVPs. I must say. And let me tell you, I'm very serious. If not because, you know, you guys are new, I'm saying this. It could be me or Dyce. I would say us. I would just say it's amazing. Guys, I think we touched upon everything we had to you know, put. And let me say again, wonderful podcast. Team, we did it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much for watching this episode. We have a lot of stuff coming, you know, of course, in the future. So if there's anything you want us to cover, just put it in the comment section, and hey, we'll do it. And for sure, we will put links to, of course, for everybody in the description. So please go take a look at everyone's links. I gotta say this. Of course, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Guys, you have anything to say before we leave?
Was a good podcast, man.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks for the audience that's listening to me, to us as a team. And let's just remind ourselves, we came into this world with no expectation, but to do what it takes to get to that point. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well said. Of course, that was amazing. Round of applause.
But I really enjoyed the show, and I feel like it's very empowering and educating. I mean, I learned a lot from you guys as well. And I think this is a really good podcast that we should keep it going. The positivity, and just believe in yourself, guys. Love yourself, put you first, and just radiate love. It's okay to love people and not get it back, because you're a love. You were made out of love. So you're a love. So just keep on loving, keep on allowing your love to flow. Love who you are. And that is the most important thing. You see, when you love yourself, everything flows. People will love you. People will gravitate to you. You will attract people like yourself that love themselves and that really just want to vibe with the universe. So just love yourself and be safe, y'all, and enjoy life. Fully enjoy life. Yes.
Well said, well said, well said. Guys, can I say it? Massive, massive, massive.
Yeah.
Pretty nice,
Thumbs up.
pretty nice. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Yeah, thumbs up. Nice, nice. Guys, once again, thank you so much for being here, Casey and D. Sure. Hopefully later on we can have you on the podcast again. We know you're very busy, both of you here.
We're gonna have a series. We don't know which day. This is on Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday. We record on those days, and we have a series coming up called Horror Stories. The worst relationship story. Yeah.
Darren, your story first, buddy.
D. Sure laughing at it. The shadow laughing.
No, Darren has many stories to share.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to
Oh
that.
yeah. I know Casey has a few as well.
All right. Nice. Of course, let me say again, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and please share this with someone you know. Even if you don't know them, still share it, please. Do it.
All right.
All right, thank you so much, and we will see all of you back on the next one. Everybody, take care.
Okay.